I'm back. I've been gone for a couple of weeks, and there's a reason for that. I got a little sidelined for a while and I had to really focus on my health. So it's been a couple of weeks, but I just wanted to share something with you that I observed when I had two ER visits. It's been a long time. Last time was 2009 when I smashed my kneecap at the grocery store and had to go be taken by ambulance. So anyway, long time since I've been in the ER. Things have changed a little bit. But here's what I observed. This time, instead of somebody taking me or and being with me the whole time, or I get there and then a friend or a family member joins me and is with me during this process, I was there by myself the whole time. And that's didn't have to be because things have changed, but during the pandemic stuff and the big scare, they weren't letting people go to visit, and then people just got kind of out of the habit, and I guess we just kind of expect to be by ourselves now. So I was there by myself in the waiting room day one, and that was a 2.5 hour wait. So here's what I observed when I was there. I was not stressed out. I was living in what I call my strengths, in my myself, being truly myself, and I was looking at it positively, and I was observing the people. So in the waiting room, there was a guy next to me, sitting right next to me, that every time he moved, he would moan. Back pain, I'm pretty sure, and I was just sitting there kind of meditating, really, really quiet, and listening to him moan and thinking, oh my gosh, get this guy some help. He was in agony. And then I could hear some other people over in the corner that were talking fairly loudly. And so I was like part of their conversation. I could hear and, just kind of sit there with my eyes closed and think about that. I was just kind of like chilling. I was just really chilling. And so they would take me in for some test and then put me back out, and then take me in for another test and put me back out in the waiting room. The place was packed. The hallways were jammed. It was really interesting. So when I was there and I got into the room finally, and here's the first nurse that comes to see me, and she is very loving, kind, gentle, very empathetic. She had a demeanor that was just like the great bedside manner that you like, right? She's very kind. And I could tell that this woman is focused on relationships. And that means that she just needs people. And the relationship is the most important thing to her. So the relationship between her and her patient was important to her. And you know what? It was very calming. It was very soothing and reassuring. And I liked that. So then day two, when I went back, I went home and then I came back. They don't like that, and so the day two, I went by ambulance, and I went in, and that's the way to go, man. It might cost a little more money, but you get right in a room. And so she was like all business. This is a completely different mindset that she had, a different skill set. She was like all business. I no sooner get in there, the ambulance guy wheeled me in there. He was still in the room while she's taking my clothes off, putting a gown on me. I'm like, hello. And so, but here's the thing with her, like she was all business. It was about getting stuff done, and it was about getting stuff done fast. And so that is a person who is, it's about being productive. It's about getting things done. It is about getting things done the right way. We call that in the coaching business, in my world, we call it executing skills. And so I had two different totally types of nurses. They both were very good at what they did. The second nurse jammed that IV needle in so hard. It was like, whoa, really, really deep and hard and fast. I'm like, no messing around, man. So, and she didn't care about that relationship between us so much as the first nurse did. But she was kind. She was kind too. So let me talk about the ER doc. So the ER doc was very good. And he comes in and delivers the news, just, hey, you have this. And I'm like, is that this? And he goes, yeah, it is. I'm not going to tell you what it was. And so he does not have great communication skills. Let's just put it that way. So he's telling me all this stuff and he's very direct. He is full of knowledge and full of information and full of research and telling me about all this stuff. And so he is what we call in my business a strategic thinker. They have a lot of knowledge, right? They like to learn about stuff. So he was really good at that. Not so good at communicating it to me, though. So then I had the same doctor the second time, and he brought in another consultation who had great communication skills and great bedside manner. And he put my mind at ease, and I felt a lot better. And like I knew more after I talked to him because he could communicate it to me better. Now, the first doctor, he was just very blunt and he just told it like it is. And it's like, this is the way it is. Scared me to tell you the truth. And so after the second doctor came in who had more communication skills, more bedside manner, I did feel a lot better about going home. So what kind of nurse would you prefer? Would you prefer the one that's going to be kind and care about you, really caring about you? Or do you want somebody who's like, get down to business, fast, get it done? They're both good. And I would have maybe preferred not for her to undress me in front of the guy that wheeled me in there. But that's the way it was. And so it's interesting. So this is kind of what I do. And that were my observations because I am studying people, and I'm looking at their gifts and their talents, or sometimes what we call them strengths. And I would love to share with you what I have learned and maybe talk about it a little bit about you. If you would like a 30-minute free consultation, just message me and we can set something up. And I'll go over this with you and give you a little bit of information about yourself and about what I do. So message me, and I would love to.